Hey guys, LootWizard here, another video on Gems of War. This one's going to be a little different. The new update just dropped for the game, 4.8, and I heard rumors it was coming out soon, but I did not think it was going to be this soon. So I'm kind of surprised by that, and so this is the first time I'm reading these notes on what's coming and what's in this update. So yeah, let's go over it here, and I'll give my thoughts on it. Maybe we'll go into the game and see what it looks like in there as well. So it says here, with invasion and raid bosses reaching a point where all kingdoms and troop types have had a turn, we've looked to what's next for live events and how this will affect Gems of War going forward. We have implemented a new event system that will slowly replace the existing events except for Guild Wars. And that will allow us to expand on the Crystara story in a new way. This new system has been designed to allow us more flexibility in how we create and run events, so we can try to keep events feeling more fresh and diverse. Now, I do like that because the events with raid and invasion and all that have been kind of stale for me the last few months. You know, it's pretty much the same system and nothing really exciting about it. So I am excited about what they're going to change here. So they got a picture here of something where it looks like we have a score on the left-hand side. We have, looks like event sigils on the right-hand side. And it looks like there are events here for certain kingdoms. So let's continue reading. It says, new events in some ways have a similar structure to invasions, raid bosses, and Towers of Doom, but they also have some unique attributes listed below. Scoring. New events will have new ways of scoring. They may score off of items dropped by your enemies, specific troops, or troop types killed, colored gems matched, or even 4 or 5s of a kind that you match. Every event will be different and will clearly explain the scoring method. Okay, that's interesting. Story. All events now have a small lore story viewable on the overview screen. This story will be tied into the theme of the event and will explain what the event is about. Battles. Battles will now happen on a world map view inside the event screen. You don't have to actually go to the main world map. Different types and difficulties of battles in the event will be shown there with different icons. This allows a lot of flexibility with battles able to appear multiple times or with certain weightings as you play. That sounds interesting. I like the idea of that. Okay, team restrictions. What are they going to do for team restrictions here? These new event battles will continue to have restrictions on what troops may be used, but we have expanded this so that the troop roles can now be included and that we can have more than one restriction of each type in place. E.g., having an orc and goblin restriction allows for both orcs and goblin troops to be used in a team. Okay, I really like this change. This is really great because there's some kingdoms that you just don't have a lot of good troops for that kingdom for certain events. And if they're going to allow us to use troops with different roles, let's say a generator or a support troop, even if it isn't of that kingdom, or, you know, if we can do that, which looks like they're going to allow that now, with these new events, that'll be great. I love that idea. Weapon restrictions. Okay, so this seems kind of new. These are now also included in team restrictions, but only for the new world events. So if you are limited to troops from a kingdom or of a certain color, that also applies to the weapon used by your hero. Okay, so I think that's probably what should have happened to begin with, because the thing was, in the other events that we were always doing, your weapon color didn't matter at all, even though there was a color restriction on that delve or that event, but you could pick a weapon that had any color it wanted. So it looks like now they're restricting the weapon color to whatever color is restricted for that event. That makes sense. I can understand that. Okay, so event medals. Let's see what this is about. New events will have new special event medals, badges, and tokens. These can be earned from some reward stages and will also be available in the event shop. These medals will be good for the event they are given in, and at the end of the event will convert to medals, badges, and tokens of seasons, a new medal in this update. So you can use them to gain elite levels on your troops. Event medals may have one of 3 different powers. Skull damage. This will improve the skull damage done by all troops in an event. Spell damage. This will improve the spell damage done by troops in an event. Only spell damage. Buff spells should not be affected. Skull and spell damage. This will improve both skull and spell damage of troops in an event. Okay, so this sounds actually really fun, I think, because medals are kind of a pain to grind out right now. You have to go to Explore and do a bunch of battles over there to get them. But this is going to be maybe a little bit more of a fun way than just, mindlessly grinding in Explore level difficulty 12 like I've been doing to get a bunch of those medals. So we'll actually get medals in the event shop, and then we'll get them also, it sounds like, during the event. And then at the end of the event, it sounds like they will be converted into our normal medals that we can then use to upgrade our troops. So, and it looks like there's a couple of new types. So skull damage, spell damage, and both skull and spell damage for medals. That's really that's nice. Okay, so then it says here there's no event specific troops each week. These new medals will replace event troops in the shop, but we may still occasionally have new troops and weapons available in the event shop for players to collect. Okay. So I can respect that. So they're going to include event troops in the shop instead of a new troop weekly. And I was wondering what they were going to do with that, because at some point, they were releasing a new troop every single week. And, as the years go by, every single year that they do that, there's another, 52 troops in the game now, because they're adding a new one every week. So they're going to replace that now, it sounds like, with medals. And yeah, I'm all for that. I like that. Progress rewards. Players will continue to earn rewards based on their progress in an event, though now this progress may either be tied to their guild, similar to Raid Boss or Invasion, or on their own progress, similar to Bounty. This will change from event to event. Okay. Access events from the guild pop-up. You can continue to access these new events from the guild pop-up as you did before with Invasions. The guild pop-up has had some minor changes, though, to show you the next set of upcoming events in the order they will appear, top to bottom. Guild Wars isn't going anywhere, though. Never fear. So that will always appear in the pop-up, ready for guild leaders to register in off weeks. Leaderboards. These will continue to behave the same as before, with identical rewards to previous leaderboards. Different events may choose to rank solo or guild performance in here, though, so it's worth keeping an eye on the leaderboard in these events to see if you need to mobilize your guild mates. That's cool. New events will replace Invasions for weekly events from the 4.8 release onwards, but don't worry, Invasions aren't going away. More on that below. Okay, so Invasions aren't going away completely. And it looks like badges and medals, they got some more graphic designs for these here. So that's cool. Okay. And then, we have made some improvements to the medal system. All right, so let's read this section here. What did they improve about the medal system? I'm excited to find out, because I like the idea of medals, how they introduced it, but at the same time there's some things where I was like, this is could it be improved. So let's see what their improvements are. Existing tokens, badges, and medals have had a graphic update. This is so they match our new event medals and the new Medal of Seasons. The Medal of Cedric has been renamed to the Medal of Orpheus. We made this change as we felt this name better suited the medal's bonus. Yeah, I can get behind that, because you got the Orpheus loot, which does some kind of support healing thing. And Cedric is more for gold, so for the Medal of Cedric to cleanse, yeah, I agree with that name change. The medal menu has had a graphic update to improve player navigation. Players will be able to enter the new menu and look at all their tokens at once, making it easier for players to see their current token progress in between playing Explorers. That's cool. Badges and medals will live in a vertical scrolling list, so it is easier for players to select what medals or badges they would like to use. We have added support for players to have up to 3 medal loadouts that they can switch between. Yeah, this was, for those of you guys that are subscribed to Cinecool as well. He did a video earlier this year on, I think it was like the 10 things that he wanted to see come into the game this year. And one of the things that he suggested was that we could have a loadout where we could switch our medals, which I actually agreed with him 100% on that. It was a great idea. It looks like they actually are now. They implemented it, They're probably subscribed to Cinecool's channel too. And if you guys, if any of you that are subscribed to my channel have not subscribed to Cinecool, go subscribe to him. He's got good stuff for sure. All right, so back to this. We have added support for players to. Yeah, I just read that. Okay, next one. Players will need to change which medal loadout they are using from the medal screen. We investigated several ideas of players being able to switch between medal loadouts that included both the team setup or pre-battle menus. However, we were left unhappy at how this turned out, as it made those two screens too confusing and complicated, especially for newer players. Okay, so you're still going to have to switch it out from the medal screen, and they explained because it can be too confusing. Okay, but at least we can have different loadouts. 3 different loadouts, it looks like, for our medals. That's good. We will be looking into an alternative means for players to switch between medal loadouts in a future update, most likely from the world map menu, so players don't have to go into the medal menu every time they wish to change loadouts. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. Really good. The Medal of Seasons is a new epic rarity medal, same rarity as event medals. Unlike other medals, like Medal of Yassamine or Medal of Anu, the Medal of Seasons cannot be earned from Explorer chests. They are earned from event medals when an event ends. Any leftover tokens, badges, or medals from an event when it ends will convert into a token badge Medal of Seasons. Okay, so it looks like the medals that you earn during the event will be converted into a Medal of Seasons instead of one of the other medals that you get from Explorer. All right. Invasion event changes is the next section. Then we have some balance changes. Yeah, this might be like a 25-minute video, but if there's anything that bores you guys, you can just skip ahead in the video. All right, so invasion event changes. As mentioned above, weekly invasions will be replaced with the new event system, but invasions will be staying around in a slightly altered format. Invasions will be moving to a weekend 3-day format and will probably take place about every 5 to 6 weeks. Okay. We have included below everything you need to know about Invasion as a weekend event. Invasions will continue to be a guild event and accessed from the guild pop-up menu. Leaderboard rewards will not be changing. Towers required for reward tiers have been lowered as players have less time for the event than before. Invasion shop tier prices will remain the same for the moment. Invasions will reward the same invasion troops as have been previously released, but may continue to give new weapons or social collectibles depending on the event. That's good. What about the other guild events? Here is the plan. Both Tower of Doom and Raid Boss events will continue to run for now, as several kingdoms have not yet had their Raid Boss troop released, and we still have some sets of doomed weapons set to go. For the time being, only invasion events will be replaced by the new events. Both Raid Boss and Tower of Doom will likely move to weekend events in a future update, and the new event system will be expanded to be even more flexible. Guild Wars will not be affected by the new events system. So, that's good. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, so balance changes. Let's see here. Sunspear Hero class. Because the Sunspear has access to the Fire Talent tree, its legendary trait is the same as the level 20 Fire Talent Fire Starter. Wait a minute here. What does this mean? Because the Sun Spear has access to the fire talent tree, its legendary trait is the same as the level 20 fire talent fire starter. We've given it a new legendary trait that keeps to what we intended. Legendary trait changed to gain 2 bonus red mana when matching red gems. This is similar to the Crosshair High Seas legendary trait. So if I'm understanding this correctly, I think the Sunspear class just got a nerf because of the Firestorm. It used to start a Firestorm every turn, which was great for certain team setups. Like Phoenicia is a mythic troop that does so much extra damage based on if there's a current Firestorm active, and Sunspear was a great way to make sure you had that Firestorm going. So they changed that, it sounds like, to just a 2 bonus to red mana. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but, you know, I don't think too many people even use Phoenicia, so I don't know why they would make that change, but, it's what it is. There's other ways to get a Firestorm going. Okay, so Queen Moonclaw here. We have fixed an issue where Queen Moonclaw's spell was boosting off non-green troops. Infernus, we have changed Infernus' spell to retarget his second splash damage if the target was killed during the first splash damage. Okay, so Infernus got a little fix there. Seems like it's going to work better now, sounds like. Even though I never really noticed that it wasn't working to its full capacity. The troop Nightshade. We wanted to bring Nightshade's spell cost in line with the Dandelion, who has a similar style spell. Mana cost reduced from 12 to 10. Crazed Troll. To keep our trolls following a similar design, Crazed Troll's troop types will be updated to match the other trolls. Troop type is now Elemental Giant. Ultra Rare Weapons. Just as we did a balance pass over the common and rare weapons back in the 4.5 update, we have given a balance pass over the ultra rare weapons. Dagger of the Void, base damage increased from 5 to 8. Falchion of Kings, base damage increased from 6 to 8. Mana cost reduced from 11 to 9. Glaive of Storms. Okay, so these are all like ultra rare weapons. I'm not going to read through all those, but it looks like they gave most of these a buff and damage. Most of them look like the damage is increased and the mana cost is reduced on quite a few of these right here. So, and then finally we have we've added there's a general little note here. We've added a confirmation pop-up into the Soul Forge to warn players they are about to craft a mythic or legendary at mythic rarity that they already own. Okay, so, I don't know why somebody would mistakenly craft a troop that they already own if they don't want it, but, it's good to have that there, I guess. Bug fixes. We have fixed an issue where guild roster amounts were not updating immediately. We have fixed several other minor bugs. Vel Ravens may replace battle bosses in the New World events. Okay. Alright, so looks like that is all of the details on what's going on here. So, yeah, that's really interesting. So let me go into game here and let's see if the update's actually live. It should be, because I downloaded it before I read the patch notes. And so, yeah, it looks like we have here, starts in 5 days. We have something, Council of Chiefs, I think is what that reads underneath that, which is an event. And then we have something Evasion, and then we have Tower of Doom. So that's there right now, and Guild Wars is going on. But yeah, this has been updated right here. Now, they did say something about the menus here, and as you can see, I can already see the graphics of my medals are updated. But let's look at the new system. This looks a lot cleaner. I like the new art, and having your medals over here or tokens over here on the side is nice, and then having this where you can just scroll down Yeah, they really cleaned this up a lot. That is nice. So let's say I wanted to, okay. So there's that. Let's say I want to put Medal of Anu in there. And then for this, I couldn't, let's just see what it looks like to have two of these there and there. Okay, now they were saying something about you could save a couple of different loadouts. I don't see anything here where you can do that unless, let's click the little, oh, that's going to take me to an external link. I don't want to do that right now. I wonder if there's a place in the troops here. If I go to manage team, I don't really see anything where I can add loadouts of my medals. From what we were reading in the patch notes, it sounded like we could save up to 3 different loadouts for our medal types. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to figure that out probably on my own and then do a video on it. So, anyway, the update's live, guys. And yeah, we're going to figure all this stuff out together. So, thanks for watching the video and following along with all the notes with me. It's probably a boring video for a lot of you, but I just figured I would put these notes out there for the new update. So, thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.